young, gifted alchemist. One who doesn't use transmutation circles, and who has an auto-mail right arm. I know you. You are the Fullmetal Alchemist, Edward Elric.
Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Reggie here, back with you for another video. Welcome back to the House of Animation, where we have discussions and reviews about our favorite anime and cartoons. And today's gonna be another Powers Explained video, guys, but this is gonna be one of my favorite anime of all time. We're gonna be talking about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. We're gonna be talking about one of the most legendary and complex power systems in all of anime. We're gonna be talking about alchemy. But before we get into that, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you like this type of content. And without any further ado, let's drop the intro. Now, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is one of the legendary anime, and one of the overlooked aspects of Fullmetal Alchemist is the concept of alchemy and how in-depth and complex their power structure really is within this world. So just like any power system in any world, the easiest way to explain it is to start from the beginning and answer some of the easy questions first, such as what is alchemy? So in the most basic of sense, alchemy is an ancient and metaphysical practice that uses both science and the mystical arts to be able to manipulate and alter matter. This is called transmutation. Performing alchemy is very complex. To be able to perform alchemy and therefore accessing the process of transmutation, you need to have a full understanding of chemistry and alchemical history. You also need to be very talented and creative to be able to understand, deconstruct, and reconstruct items into their new forms. That's why everybody was so shocked when Ed became an alchemist, because being an alchemist is incredibly hard, and to have someone be able to do it at such a young age was unheard of. But beyond that, becoming an alchemist also ties you to the natural energy of the world. It also ties you to the energy and even the entity known as truth. But we'll get into truth later on in the video. But what makes alchemy different from many other power systems is that it has very specific rules and processes that must be followed to be able to practice it correctly. The most basic and fundamental of these rules is the law of equivalent exchange. Alchemy is damn near founded on this rule, and the meaning of it is that in order for anything to be obtained or created, something of equal value must be given or sacrificed. But it goes deeper than that. The law of equivalent exchange really separates into two parts. Part 1, which is the law of conservation of mass, and then part 2, which is the law of natural providence. Now, the law of conservation of mass basically means that energy can neither be created or destroyed. So in another sense, what it basically means, if you have any material, say a rock or a stone that weighs 10 kilograms, to be able to transmute it into something else, that new object has to weigh the equivalent amount of that previous rock or stone. Now, with the law of natural providence, what that means is that an object or material made up of a substance can only be transmuted into another substance comprised of the same makeup. Basically meaning that if you transmute water, you have to be able to transmute it into something else that is mainly comprised of water. You couldn't just turn a rock into a piece of gold. But those are the two basic laws of equivalent exchange, and those laws must be followed for alchemy to be performed correctly. If those laws aren't followed, then you have something that's called a chemical rebound. So a rebound happens when the law of equivalent exchange isn't followed. This happens when too much is trying to be gained than that was provided, given, or sacrificed. A rebound is basically the world trying to rebalance the scales that were interrupted, and this can come to a great cost to the user and can usually cause an accidental mutation, injury, or even death. But provided all of those rules of equivalent exchange are followed, you can then start the process of transmutation. Now, the process of transmutation can be broken down into 3 distinct steps. The first step is comprehension. Like I said, to be able to transmute, you need to fully understand the structure and the properties of the molecules that you are trying to change. This is why so often in Fullmetal Alchemist, you only see alchemists transmuting one type of material, whether it be earth, fire, or even mercury. Now, the second step in the process is deconstruction, and this is the breakdown of the physical structure of material down to its molecular level. Now, once that's done, the final step and the most creative aspect is the reconstruction, which is reforming that material into a new structure. Now, if you're able to do all three of these things, the final thing that you need is the transmutation circle. So a transmutation circle is the conduit to which directs and focuses the flow of energy needed to transmute matter into something else. This circle is imperative to be able to transmute material. That's why you'll see people typically have transmutation circles already inscribed on something such as a glove, so that they no longer need to draw the circle in the heat of battle. Now, the reason why Ed was able to transmute without a circle was because he was pulled into his gate of truth. And the gate of truth holds all the knowledge and secrets to alchemy. When Ed was pulled into his gate of truth, he was able to retain a piece of the knowledge from the gate and then learn that he doesn't need a circle to create the alchemic reaction. He only needs to clap his hands, and he uses the clap to then create the circle and alchemic reaction within his own body. Now, remember back to what I said in the earlier video. Being an alchemist actually ties you to the energy of the world, and also another energy or entity called the truth. Now, the truth is basically the god of Fullmetal Alchemist, and the truth lives in this interdimensional space where each person has their own gate of truth, and the truth only appears to a person who tried to do human transmutation. The gate of truth and the truth itself is basically the power to all alchemy, and in theory, if one was able to go into the gate of truth and retain all of the knowledge, they would essentially become a god or become truth itself. But that's pretty much it, everybody. Like I told you before, alchemy in Fullmetal Alchemist is by far one of the most unique and complex power systems in all of anime, and is one of the reasons why I love Fullmetal Alchemist and I consider it a GOAT anime. So comment below and let me know what you think and feel about Fullmetal Alchemist. Where do you rank it in the list of anime of all time? But with that, I got nothing left for this video. So, peace.